uneven that several times, as I looked up to admire white Moorish-style buildings against an unbroken blue sky, I experienced a disconcerting drop as the ground fell away beneath me. I plunged north into a labyrinth of pedestrian streets, away from the tang of salt and boats at anchor. This was always the quietest time of the day. Few shops were open, and most people were only slowly coming round. Nights were late and lively in the town. Faro, like the cafe, had the air of a once grand old lady fallen on hard times. Too many shops had closed down, empty boxes tied up with ribbons of bill stickers and notices of liquidation. Peeling walls were embossed with election posters from which bland, toothsome faces stared out and made promises on behalf of the Workers' Party and the Communists, and the man who believes in better for Faro. The language centre was on the Praça da Liberdade, next to a pharmacy. An illuminated green cross flashed "Go, go, go" above a small crowd of men and women dressed for business, but going nowhere on the pavement outside the entrance to the Centro da Linguis. They watched the closed door with palpable impatience. The lateness with which the morning lessons habitually began was already an issue, particularly with the Swiss and German students, for whom 9 o'clock meant 9 o'clock. "Bom dia, Joanna," said one of them now, an IT specialist from Bern. "Bom dia, Thomas." He looked at his substantial watch and rolled his eyes. I shrugged. Actually, I was finding the relaxed approach quite restful. The teachers seemed to work hard and offered equal slippage at the end of the day, so nothing was lost. The door opened at 25 past, and we filed up the stairs. 2 Swissmen, 2 Germans, a man and a woman, a Belgian woman, a Dutch woman, an Italian man, an Irish man, and me, all professionals and business people eager to learn Portuguese. They talked about giving themselves the edge in emerging markets, by which they meant Brazil. Most of them would have gone straight to Rio de Janeiro to learn the language, had they been able to afford it. Portugal was cheap. There were 300 days of sunshine a year, but it was no place to be working unless there was a specific deal to be made. The owner of the language centre, Senhora Davim, greeted us cheerfully outside the open door of her office. She was a fleshy, middle-aged woman with penciled brows and immaculate red lipstick applied over thick foundation. Despite the August heat, she was packed into a dark suit, from which a froth of silky blouse burst when she undid the front buttons. We took our places in the classroom. My first few days in the country, I was astonished by how many Russian tourists there were here, chattering in the shops and streets. Then I realized, to the uninitiated, Portuguese sounds like Russian. The language is nothing like the soft sing-song of Spanish or Italian. The sounds shush and slip around like the shining, sliding cobblestones under your feet. "Baleia cachalaccia morta," said Caterina, the teacher who took the first morning lesson each day. She was fairly young, though perhaps it was only the untamed frizzy hair that made me think that, along with the large round eyes. Those eyes peered out of her overgrown fringe like a startled lemur's through foliage. She spoke only in Portuguese, which meant we had to concentrate hard. She held up a newspaper and pointed to the main photograph. It looked like the page the men in the cafe had been arguing over, and this time I could see what it was. A whale, washed up on a beach. "A causa da morta, da baleia, ainda now foi descoberta," Caterina enunciated slowly and carefully. "Himosau da carcassa, municipio e responsável. Cause of death not yet discovered. Removal of the carcass. The municipality was responsible." Caterina pointed to the whale's head. The chainsaw teeth were huge cones, she mimed, each the length of her dark-haired forearm. The door opened, and in sauntered Nathan, wearing ripped jeans. He'd gone native within the first few days as far as timekeeping was concerned. He gave Caterina a salute and flopped into the nearest seat, letting his tatty rucksack drop on the floor. "Bom dia, Nathan. E aí, tudo bom?" Caterina's face